Sell people your product once and you get rich. Sell it to them again and again and you get very rich. But real power comes when people become addicted to your product, because then you own the world. This is the hidden formula behind nearly every empire of wealth in history. The most successful industries don't just sell, they engineer desire, dependency, addiction. From sugar and soda to social media and smartphones, the real money isn't in meeting needs, it's in creating cravings that never end. Addictions make us weak. Every craving surrendered chips away at willpower. We trade discipline for dependency, freedom for chains. An addicted society is a distracted society, too busy chasing the next fix to question the system profiting from its weakness. And weakness is the most valuable commodity of all. I know this truth because I lived it. For 4 years I cut out sugar, alcohol, processed foods and more. The clarity and strength I gained made me feel unstoppable. But history shows the opposite is also true. When nations are enslaved to addiction, collapse soon follows. Take the British Empire. In the 1800s, they faced a trade problem with China. Britain craved Chinese tea, silk and porcelain. But China didn't want what Britain had to sell. So Britain found a solution: opium. They flooded China with it. By the early 1800s, millions were addicted. When China resisted, Britain crushed them. The Opium Wars forced China to open its ports and even surrender Hong Kong. The result? A nation humiliated. An empire financed off the backs of addicts. And opium was only the beginning. Today, addictions are everywhere. Engineered, normalized, monetized. Every addiction is someone else's revenue stream, and every stream flows upward. These addictions are the building blocks of modern wealth. But history shows something else. What builds empires also destroys them. Take a look at this list of addictions. How many are affecting you? How many are controlling you? 1, 3, maybe 5. The higher that amount, the less control you have over your life. If you want to know who is controlling you and the world, it's not the people who are running these industries. It is the ones who built them. You may never see these people succumb to many of the addictions listed here, but if they do, their lives will be no different from you or me. However, there are 2 addictions that are not listed here, and both are very powerful. They affect the poor and the wealthy. They are greed and power. These 2 addictions stand alone because they are more powerful than sugar, drugs, or technology. These addictions have built empires and destroyed them. Power and greed. The elites who engineer addictions for the masses are themselves enslaved by a darker craving. Not for comfort, not for pleasure, but for control, for dominance, for more. The pattern never changes. When power becomes an addiction, and greed the currency, collapse is inevitable. This cannot be the system of an almighty God, a cycle of rise and fall, greatness and ruin. Perhaps the point is not the rise or the fall, but the lesson inside it. And yet, we refuse to learn. World War II killed nearly 80 million people. That should have been the lesson. But when the smoke cleared, the world wasn't humbled, it was divided. Superpowers rose, the cycle of greed resumed, and here we are again, at the edge of an even greater collapse. All of these empire and others have collapsed from within, unable to control their power and greed. Maybe humanity needs a mess. Maybe collapse is the only fire hot enough to burn away a system this corrupt, this nefarious, this far beyond repair. But if we cannot see our mess this time, perhaps it will not be ours to clean. Perhaps the hand of God will return, not as comfort, but as reckoning, to wipe the slate clean. as in the days of the flood, when corruption and excess demanded a reset. Because in the end, the very addictions that build our wealth are the same forces that destroy our empires.